the system is actually bogus, and me personally, I don't support. I don't see anything good with CBC at all, not unless they do something else. Then my question also, Pipita, and the people who are in the space, why do we have certainly a government that is changing wholesomely everything, doing away with 844 completely, bring in CBC, doing away with NHIF, bring in SHA and Shiv, without even telling us or even trying to improve the system that was there. Instead, they just do away with it completely, and they bring another system that is even disturbing people. Yes, CBC could be good, UHC could be good, but the way these things are being implemented, hata unashangaa. Mimi na take person, there is no way, hata kama ulikuwa unafanya job yako manually in your office or in your company, when you want to transit to automating all the system, you just don't do away with all the manual work you used to do. You go in phases. You improve in. Why haven't we seen this? Now government iko na so many advisors. I wonder what is happening. But now I leave that question to the space members. The other thing, I've actually talked about your education and the health system. I won't repeat on health. Hii IBC nasikia kuna kutapatapa kidogo about representation of those IBC commissioners and all that. Halafu, my question on that, first and foremost, Pipita, do we actually need political parties to nominate who will oversee whatever they'll be doing? In a football match, do the two teams that are competing agree on which referee will officiate their game? Me, as much as it could be enshrined in our constitution and the NADCO report, me, I disagree with how we form our IBC. Now, that's why every other election, the IBC must be blamed for this, all that. We've never had any commissioner who has ever been applauded for whatever they did. Kivuitu, I was there. I saw what happened. Ikakuja Isaac Hassan. Sasa Chebukati. And those people, whenever they leave, they don't even contribute or rather give information on actually what transpired during the election. A solid explanation of this is the mistakes that happened, and this is how we are supposed to deal with it. Ni watu wengine huko kando. These people go under chini ya maji na you'll never even hear. Sometimes hata ukiangalia kwa social media unasikia Chemgati ako hivi, sijui ana akili yake iko hivi. You just wonder what happens to these people. So my suggestion, or rather what I would wish, is Wakenya tuamke. We denounce representation from political parties. And that's why Kalonzo is fighting in Azimio. The fight is in Azimio. And that's why a Supreme Court judge alisema tungoje na tutaona, na we are still waiting. Ubaya yetu pia, we are very slow in acting. We are still waiting, and 2027 is nearing. Na jua isimami na songa. The issue was Muli, the gentleman, because Koki Muli is a Mkamba, Muli is a Mkambe. But Koki Muli akona jina Muli, na Muli, I know him as Muli. I don't know the other one is Sylvester Mandina. But Muli, the gentleman, is actually the person who was picked legitimately, constitutionally, according to how they even agreed on that. He was elected by members. Na hiyo election ilifanywa, it was ilikuwa na oversight, waliangalia there are people who are oversighting it, na waliangalia wakaona how the process was, na Muli akakuwa yeye ndiye alielectiwa 23 against I don't know 17 Koki Muli. The other advantage ya Muli was Muli, kulikuwa na a clause ilikuwa inasema the other person anafaa kunominatiwa ama kuwa selected for representation should come from Azimio, na ile political party anakuja from should be a minority party and should not have a representation in the parliament. That is, it should not have does not have a MP in the parliament. Now this guy still hiyo ilikuwa inaingia kwake vizuri. But now Koki Muli aliletwa na Kalonzo Musyoka on basis of interest. Now, another question that came. Muli mwenyewe alisema, these guys approached me na wakaniuliza kama naweza achia and they'll give me whatever I want. One is, these things are not given on merit. They are not given constitutional or along any other agreement. Actually, from my own perspective, Kalonzo Musyoka is the one who is holding the formation of IBC. Alafu anaanza and I guess pia anaweza kuwa kwa kimoja na Ruto. I leave that to members to substantiate. The other thing on IBC is, na nishaiongea kwa other groups pipita, technology that is applied, because nowadays IBC yetu is not that manual. Iko na some assorted technology. Now, the last election ya 2022, according to me, not 2022, the last election that we had, according to me, it was the most transparent election. It was the election that was done, hata unge follow through, ulikuwa unaona vile vitu zilikuwa zinafanyika. Until the issue of technology ilikuja kuwa rise. Na hiyo issue of technology, kuna wase wawili walishikwa na DCI, the Karmagos. Now, there are things that they were found with by the DCI. Whether hii ilikuwa ni vitu zilikuwa formulated, because in Kenya, Kenya is a country that if you operate in Kenya, you must be very careful. Whether they were fabricated, ama zilikuwa ni vitu za ukweli. But the analysis of the laptops, the hard disk, everything that they were found with shows very well that the elections were compromised based on technology loopholes, because these people walikuwa na remote access ya even the servers. Now, hizi vitu pia walikuwa wamepewa na officials wa IBC, na walikuwa pia na names that were there from the main officials, commissioners wa IBC. And if we can look at it again very well, why was Musando? Who was Musando actually? Musando was the guy in charge of the technology. What happened to him? He was done away when he pretended to be hardcore. Na hezi kuwa approach na alisema now we have to do it the right way. And Musando was taken out of the way. Kila mtu anajua hiyo. The other issue imeongelelewa pipita nikimalizia so that I can land ni abduction. Please, let these boys be. Let them relax. As a matter of fact, I don't know why watu wana insinuate mtu anaweza abduct. I don't know whether people know what is abduction. I don't know whether people have seen someone akiwa abducted ama washai kujiwa wakasikia. Some of us have an experience of kutafutwa and how you run elter skelter kama wazimu huko ukijificha kwa watu mpaka unaenda kwa ex wako. Ule hamjawahi kuwa mkiongeleshana ni wakudunga kisu, but that is where you find nini mahali ya kujificha. So let these boys be. As a matter of fact, pia kama sisemi wako abductiwa, these people wamereleasiwa na tumeona parents wakicelebrate and everything. Let us not doubt that. We'll hear from them the way we heard from the Kitengela 3 at a later date. Sahi they are confused. Na sahi actually vile wameachiliwa hivi ndio wako tense than even wakati walikuwa wameshikwa. Sahi ndio wanasikia kitu tu hivi na anashtuka. Anaona kitu tu hivi na hata anaona mtu anamfananisha na wale watu walikuwa anawaona kama walikuwa jafunga macho. Their data, or rather their personal details, could have been taken on a serious, comprehensively. So much about their families, extended families, friends, close friends, what they do, where they go and all, atujui. But most probably, ndio anyamazishwe. Everything inachukuliwa alafu anaambiwa, my friend, wewe enda huko anze kupiga mshenea ati ulikuwa mahali fulani, nini, and all that. So let these guys be. The last one, and I tweeted this today in the morning when I saw the first nini. These boys, the parents, this is an advice, should be taken to an hospital, waende wascreeniwe everything. You don't know this kid walikuwa wapi, whatever was done to them. You remember the issue of Matiba, those who know history. In a few days, if this guy becomes a zombie, who will be to blame? You should be screened right now when they are nini. Kama kuna kitu itakuwa ina react in their body as they stay pole pole, then they are supposed to be treated na mapema before it takes effect in their body. Otherwise, let them relax. They'll talk if they want. I know there is ultimatum waliekewa, but we pray that no other abduction will happen. And I learned. Thank you so much for the time, Peter.
Thank you, Ivan, for that. And I think tomorrow you're going to like the conversation, because tomorrow you'll be talking about the education system and, of course, the education funding model as part of our conversation tomorrow. So if you find time tomorrow, 4 p.m. all the way to 9 p.m., pass by here. Let's talk on our health and education. Okay. Thank you so much for that. I see Samson has joined us. We have about 7 minutes before we call it a night here kwenye Home Run with Pipi. Ladies and gentlemen,
this is Home Run with Pipi.
Samson, talk to us.
Thank you, Pipi. I'm Samson Jongo. I've always been joining, but always never get a chance. But thank God today I've got a chance. I have a few comments or points to contribute to. Number one, I want to thank God. Personally, I've been praying for the abducted boys, and even I was very fearful that they could be dead. But today I was very happy to see that they have been released. Even if I'm not heard from Kibet Bull, but I just want to believe, because even the parents have said he was released alive. So I want to thank God for that. Another, just on the same point is, I pray and believe that in 2027, after election, we shall also be thanking God for giving us another regime other than this one, which is messing us up. I close that case. Number two, I want us just to be united as youth of this country. There's a disease killing us called tribalism. I'm very happy nowadays I can see the Gen Zs and the millennials that are past that. They're trying to get out of that. Because in the past, as you have seen in Kenya, we have been so much tribal. But I just pray to God that if this thing, we can do away with it and be united as Kenyans, not as tribes, then I think we have a better future and we will go somewhere very far. Thirdly, let us just be bold. I know Kenya nowadays is not easy. Things are tricky nowadays. But as youths, what we can do as youths, there are things we can stop. And I thank for the organizers for the demonstrations. And I want to tell you frankly here that one of the reasons why these guys have been released is the mandamanos which were held on Monday. That's one of the reasons. Second, the noise we have been making. So guys, let us not keep quiet. Let us keep on pressing the government. Let us go on, keep on talking. Let us keep on just giving our views, condemning the bad things taking place. And maybe to our youth, whenever they are, let us always not condone people like Kimani Chungwa having such talks in a gathering, then people clap for them. I was wondering the type of people who are cheering Imani Chungwa in Bungoma while he was talking, he was saying that. And even Mzee Atuoli, I was very disgusted by Mzee Atuoli saying some youths are abducting themselves, and yet we have families who are missing their kids in December holidays, Christmas, Happy New Year. Do they know how painful it is to lose a brother, to lose a son, to lose a child? How will you even eat sitting in that house knowing that your child is abducted? You don't know where the child is. I'm just happy that they have been released alive. But guys, let us not condone these politicians, these leaders who have reckless talks like Kakina Sudi. If at all they can do these things where we are, let us just put them off. Let us not tolerate them. It's when they will know that what they're doing is bad. This is our country nowadays. We need this nation. This is the only nation we have. There's no other nation we love. And let us, guys, be focused. Let us keep on pressing. And I thank you guys for always having these talks, having these shows, having those hashtags on online and everything. Thank you for each and every report we have always put. I really thank God for the guys who have come back alive. Thank you for the space.
Thank you, Samson, for that submission. Gets us to 3 minutes, the top of the hour. I think Dinda is going to be our last speaker for today. Dinda, talk to us.
Thank you. This is just to make fun of myself here. I had somebody talking about people fearing. Mazee, mi jana nilikuwa natembea hizi tu, siniseme side za Yaya. So mazee, kufika ilikuwa tu place ingine hapo kuna bump. Mimi sasa nikatembea, kumbe gari inakuja nyuma. Sasa imefika kwa bump, si lazima upige break. Mi vile niliona gari imepiga break, ndugu yangu kitu ilinikujia ni abduction. Nilienda mbio, the first stopover nilimake ni kuna wase wengine hapo walikuwa kwa mjengo. So nilisema hapa watu wa mjei wanaweza niokolea. Bro, nilikuwa kaa full. So historia ya kuogopa na msinichekelee mazee, ni ile tu sasa mi pia niliogopa. Siti nimefanya kitu mbaya, but nowadays you never know. So I just want to tell everybody, just be alert and kuwa tu chonjo tu. Sahii unaenda tu Kisoja. Asante.
We mzee, ulitaka kukimbia. I remember I was going to a shop and then akama cakes with very tinted windows. It slowed down. I told the person that I'm with, kwani rada hii gari ni gani? Hebu tutembee tena kidogo. Tukatembea kidogo tena ikaongeza speed. I was like, yeah. Sasa mimi wameamua nikuje na makeks, si ndio? Hata wameona sitoshei sasa kwa Subaru. Yeah, that is the life. Honestly, for me, I think for the better part of this year and the last year, I've spent myself locked in the house. I don't move around it. Nimeacha nani hapo. No. Najifungia kwa nyumba, imagine. That's the reality. Ifan.
Pipita. Mine naye ni nikienda nisimame ni park somewhere, I put my phone on flight mode most frequently than even before because of the same fear. Mimi sijakimbia, but whenever I hear a vehicle passing, I stay near her road. I put off everything, the TV, the phone. Even if I was on space like now, I stop talking or listening so that I can. And sometimes you hear Subaru. You know, Subarus have a unique sauti. So the fear is there for those people who have encountered these guys.
All right, true, manzena. I hope we don't get to this position yenye watu wanajipata tena wanaogopa. Tomorrow we'll be back here again. It's exactly 9 p.m. East African time. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Home Run with PP. Comes to you each and every weekday from 4 p.m. all the way to 9 p.m. East African time. My name is MC Pipita. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, join Home Run with PP weekday from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. only on X Spaces. Home Run with PP, the home of your most valuable social conversations.
My question to you now before we call it a night is, je umesabu kwenye app yetu ya YouTube ya Home Run with PP kwenye channel yetu? Go to YouTube right now, find HRWP and search, alafu utapata hapo hivi channel yetu. Tuko na sasa 550 subscribers. I'd love it to get to 600 subscribers. You are the subscriber I am waiting for. Unajua nilistuka sana kupata hadi marafiki zangu hawaja subscribe kwa channel. Yaani mtu unakaa unanisikiza kwa spaces. Naimba Home Run with PP. Ndio hiyo hata channel link, there's a direct link on the pinned. Subscribe to Home Run with PP now. Watu tu mnaangalia tu hivi alafu mnasema eti you know the government is not supporting the youth. How about you? You're not supporting us, the youth. So yeah, find a way and make sure you subscribe to our channel. Tomorrow we'll be back here again for yet another Home Run with PP. Today was a very awesome way to start the year. For those who didn't know, we had taken a 1 week break so that I can rest. But Home Run with PP turns 2 years in July, so we have 6 months of one. It's now 1.5 years old, this show. Yeah, so 6 months and we go to 2 years of Home Run with PP. The journey continues, the lucha continua. And thank you so much to everybody who found time to speak. Of course, Home Run with PP is supported by you, the listener. The tip line is 0721948229. Always grateful for your support. Hadi hapo nasema ni asante Ifan Temba and the others who are in the listener panels who are speakers. See you tomorrow when God blesses and He wills for us. Good night.
You are listening to Home.
How do you want to run abduction? I'm very sure there is a section of so many police that they are not aware of what is happening. And that one, we can give it to them. They are not aware. But there is a clique of people who have turned this country into their. It is a private business. It is a private business. Kuendesha inchi imekuwa ni kama kiosk, ni kioski yao ya UDA. They have decided to do anything with the country. To them, they have suspended the constitution. It is either their way or their highway. But we are here to remind them every day, wajue ya kwamba every dog has its day. The people that are abducting and they are running this unit using foreigners, using their tribemen, wajue ya kwamba wakati wao siku moja utafika. And I want to remind the tribes in Kenya, and this one I'm saying very deliberate. My fellow Kikuyu and the people of the mountain, forget about those people who are supporting this government with what they are doing. Musijihusishe na matamshi ya mshenzi mmoja ambaye anaitwa Kimani Ichung'wah. Huyo kama community, we are here and we will disown him. I want also to remind my fellow good friends from the Rift Valley, don't be allowed to be dragged by the impunity of this government. Wale wachache ambao wameamua kutumia serikali na kutumia mamlaka kupush agenda zao, kupora inchi na kuchukua inchi ni kama ndio personal property. And that's why they can go outside the constitution and do anything outside the law. So my good friend from the Rift Valley, as we castigate and call out this government, nobody should lie to you that hii ni serikali yetu, mnafaa mujitolee muhanga, muiprotect. At some point this government will fall. And we want to tell this government the moment they will fall, with whatever they have stolen from the public coffers, watatafuta mahali ya kuenda. Tunawaambia peupe peupe, nyinyi mtutafute, mtuwinde, mtuue, lakini hamutaua kila mtu. At some point this country has to be liberated. So my fellow Kenyans, avoid a debate that is currently going. We are aware that Itumbi has also already instructed his bloggers to spin the narrative and say sijui ni nani anahusika na abduction. Now they are busy spinning the narrative on social media. But we are and all this was to send one message. All this was to send one message, and that message was a message of fear to Kenyans. Na Wakenya wasijaribu kununua fear. That is meant to discourage you from liberating your country. Na msijaribu kuhangaika ama msijaribu give up at some point. Let us go on with the fight. Kama ni hizi cartoon, I'm appealing to my brother Kibet Bull, initiate another set of cartoons. In fact, this time around, usiweke huyo mtu mmoja, weka, we will retweet and tweet. We need to make them so much angry. If we can elect a government that is supposed to fix the economy, a government that is supposed to focus on healthcare and education and other stuff, but they become too petty. A whole president becomes too petty, following very young people in the name of abducting them. Na hii kiburi yenye watu wanajigonga gonga ya kina Sudi, we want to tell them, hata mfanye nini, at some point we will remind you. We will continue reminding you. This government will fall. It will fall. Even your masters in the West, I think they have already given up. They wameangalia wanaona they gave power to very stupid and foolish people. At some point, they will even help the Kenyan people to get rid of you. So, for us who have been very outspoken, tutaendelea na huo msimamo na tutaendelea kuambia ukweli peupe. Those offices at some point, they are not your property. They are not your personal property. You will not turn the country people, the people of this country who are so much hardworking, that mtakuwa mnaingia kwa hizo offices, your only business is looting, and in return you show opulence, and in return you show as madharau na kutuongelea vile mnataka as your employers. So as we celebrate the release of our brothers and comrades, we wish to remind the Kenyan people it is our duty to continue fighting for the liberation of this country. This country needs a total rebirth, and a total rebirth will come for us, with us fixing the political problem in our country. We don't have problems with each other. Kikuyus don't have problem with the Kalenjins. They don't have a problem with the Luos. We don't have a problem with each other. Our enemy number one is the political class and the current political leadership that we have. Even the likes of Robert Alai, who was my brother and my neighbor, has forgotten that he was given a responsibility by the people of the West of Westland. He has turned out to be the same blogger who keeps on reminding this regime, or he keeps on telling the DCI to arrest this one, leave this one, leave this one. I want to remind my good friend, Robert Alai. The people of Westland gave you the responsibility of sending you to the county government, kuwatafutia barabara na kuwatafutia maji. Na kama umefika mahali ukachoka na hiyo kazi, you can as well give it to another Kenyan who will do it better. Let us desist. Na wale ambao wanadanganywa ya kwamba wamepata serikali, especially my brothers who we were together with them in this movement, mkadanganywa na pesa kidogo mkaenda huko kupigia Zakayo makofi. Nataka niwakumbushe ya kwamba msiingie ama msitumbukie kwa safari ya kuwasaliti wa Kenya. Let us fight together and we will win. This country is ours. It does not belong to a section of politicians in this country. Hao ni wachache na lazima tupiganie maisha ya baadaye ya watoto wetu na vizazi vyetu. Nimeshukuru sana Wanjiru na nimefurahia sana the release of our brothers. Let us continue fighting. Thank you.
Asante. Asante sana Rasji. Yeah, we have to keep on fighting for the release of our brothers. Nashukuru, and we just hope they're good. You guys, if you don't know, Rasji pia kuna siku alikuwa ameabduct yangu. Pole Rasji. I just find kucheka story ya Rasji kuabductiwa.
Hata nimalizia hapo Wanjiru. You know at times Kenyans, this is not a joke. When these guys, when you are on the hands of these guys, and I want to take Kenyans a bit back. When you remember when this guy, huyu mwenye tulikuwa all the same type, mkubwa, I think Keotia namjua. I'm forgetting the name. There are so many Kenyans who were abducted, but not all of them, they have returned back na hiyo energy. Very few people return back with the same energy, because the kind of things they do to you, the kind of torture they subject to you, they interfere with you kabisa. Ile design yenye hata ukisikia ni street, no longer. And thank you for reminding me that, Wanjiro, because I've seen on social media there's somebody who has created a fake Psycho Billy Kimani account, and I know how Psycho writes. That is not Psycho, and I can tell you, Psycho was abducted. Psycho, in fact, kwa hawa watu wote wenye abducted, Psycho is the youngest, and Psycho is tormented, and Psycho is in hospital, I think. Because the last time niongana na watu wao, Psycho ako hosi. So I doubt whether Psycho has a time sahi ya social media and stuff. And it's unfortunate that some Kenyans are taking advantage of creating parody accounts ya hawa watu wenye wamekuwa released. Let us desist from that. We're only encouraging the enemy more. The other thing ni ya kwamba they interfere, like what I'm saying, they interfere. Their main agenda is to send fear to me and you, especially watu wenye wako hapa, ukikaa hivi usikie sijui nani alishikwa nini. They tend to say aim yao ni kuhakikisha wame discourage the few who are growing and are becoming radical. So let us not buy, because this fight, the moment we will start buying that fear, I know it's human nature kukuwa na hiyo uoga na kufanya nini, but remember it is we will not liberate the country if they manage to sell us fear. The institution around the country right now, most of the institutions, they are compromised and everything. Si mahali penye utaenda upate haki, si mahali penye utadepend. You cannot we cannot say let me forget about that. Hatuwezi dhibitisha kabisa ya kwamba unaweza pata haki hata ukienda mbele ya DCI, ya koti zetu na all that stuff. So the power is in our hands. It is us to become smarter each day. When we fight this fight, we fight it smartly also. Ukipata opportunity ya kujificha, you had KOT saying, ndiye anaonekana nyumbani. Sorry. Some of you take it like a joke. There are people who, we can tell you, in like 2-3 months, you don't remember the last time ulikuwa nyumbani. But this is something that some of the people wamevolunteer na wamejitolea. Ni ile unajitolea. Kwa sababu lazima kukue. We must be guided by some of the spirits of our forefathers for us to liberate the country. Lazima ile, those people who fought for multipartyism in this country, they sacrificed a lot. There are people who fought for the second liberation, the new constitution. Those things, they did not come very easily. Go back to the history, they did not come. There are people who stood. The spirit of, I think I have to go. Let me go, please, because I'm a bit overwhelmed. Panjiro, please.
Sawa, take a grasp of water. And thank you. We are thankful. Last year alikuwa ameabductiwa and now alirudi na nguvu ingine ya ajabu. So nothing KE. It's your time to speak. Karibu and good evening. Unmute your mic, please. Maybe nothing. Your microphone is muted from my side. Maybe you can unmute it and try to speak. Brenda, can you hear nothing ama niko peke yangu? Lonyo, unasikia nothing ama niko peke yangu?
Sikiki. I think haongei.
Microphone part yake iko muted ama haiko muted? Lonyo, I'm depending from you. Is the mic on her side muted or unmuted?
I think Nothing's mic is not is muted.
Yeah, try to unmute sababu. It shows me your mic is not on. Try to unmute your mic and try to speak.
Nothing lost, Kiki.
No, the thing is it's inakuwa muted alafu unmuted haraka sana, so I'm not.
Maybe she can drop and come back.
Okay, yeah, for sure. Nothing. Toka alafu urudi tena. Hey, what a day. Anyway, Kenyans, your voice do matter as well. We continue saying like hivo too. Christine, umekuwa hapa. How are you? Haya, since Christine hayuko. Maria Davies, the mic is yours. Then we going from Maria tutaenda kwa Kisogo ya sijui nani, alafu Momanyi, alafu Gustavo.
Thank you, Wanjiru. Thank you, Wanjiru and Brenda, for hosting us. Yeah, today is a very good day. A lot of people will sleep well. You can imagine the kind of nights which Billy Mwangi's parents, the others, we didn't know their parents, but, you could see that these people from 21st December, they probably haven't slept. At night, as Billy Mwangi's father was saying in court, they were just crying the whole night. Where is the child? There's nothing worse. Like you don't know where somebody. It's even better when someone is in jail or someone is in hospital, then you don't know where the person is. Like you have absolutely no idea where the person is. And then on top of not knowing where the person is, you are seeing dead bodies are being found of other young men. Like the one for Hilal Muiti and some other two gentlemen which were found. So you are like, is your child the next one? Is your son the next body which is going to be found? It is a very, even like even if you're watching, there are some movies which you watch where there is hostage situation, where someone has been held hostage or has gone missing. And maybe they have some communication, maybe there's some ransom they're supposed to pay. That thing is so harrowing, even just watching it on a movie. So you can imagine what these parents have been going through. And then Kibet's mom, now it was not even one son, it was two, and one of them is totally innocent. So you really ask yourself, so what happens now if they have an issue? That's why I'm telling you, we cannot continue entertaining these people and entertaining this lawlessness which these people are trying to bring back from the previous regimes, because it will get to a point whereby if they have beef with you, they arrest you, they also abduct your husband, they abduct your child or your brother or your sister. Because that one of Kibet's brother, I'm still trying to make sense of it. Were they going to abduct him, then they use him as a bait? Like if you want to see your brother come to this place, then they abduct you from there? Or what was the point of arresting Kibet's brother was what now? So we don't want to go back to where we have come from. We have come from a very, very painful past, very painful. And we are just seeing the same things that we went through during Moi era are now just being repeated all over again, including being gaslighted that people who've been abducted by the government and even killed by the government are abducting themselves and killing themselves. We had the case of during Moi time, a minister, a CS, like a CS, but a minister, that time they were ministers, Minister of Foreign Affairs. This guy was just given the job by Moi because he was very eloquent and smart. Then when he went out there and became popular with the Jungus, now Moi started feeling that this guy can team up with Jungus and take his seat. So he decided to kill the guy, or to send, I don't know who did be what or whoever it was, but it was a government thing anyway. So after they have killed the guy, now they're starting to gaslight Kenyans that this guy killed himself. First of all, the guy was dumped at a hill called, is it Gotalila or something? Some hill. So at the bottom of the hill, he's there, his body is burnt with acid. Then they're trying to tell us that this guy shot himself, then he poured acid on himself. You know, when I just heard that Twoli, the way Twoli was talking about like these people, they are killing themselves. No, they go to Airbnb first. I don't know, they hide there. Then they decide to kill themselves. And I was like, Twoli, you knew what we went through in this country when Oko was being killed, and then after he's being killed, we just wake up in the morning, you find that news Oko has been killed. Then the next time you hear what the government is saying is that he shot himself and then he poured acid on himself. Surely, you know. So we don't want to go back to those kind of things, Bana. Those are things. It's a very bad place to be. Let me just say that it is a very bad place in the collective conscience of the nation. A very bad place to be, whereby you know you are one day, you know what you need. You also need the environment which is predictable, and then where we have a constitution and our dealings are predicated by what is in the constitution, is so that even we can have peace of mind. Can we have peace of mind now in Kenya when this, like now the story I'm giving you about Ouko? There was also a lady who was a tourist and she ended up being killed the same manner because she refused advances from Moi's son. So it's now, you know, these things may look like they're very light, but these excesses, they get to a point whereby nobody is actually safe. You are not safe whether you are a tourist, you are not safe whether you are a minister, you are not safe whether you are a man, a woman, a young person, an older person. Nobody is safe, you know, because now lawlessness is, I mean, the people on the seat are a law unto themselves. That is, they are the ones who are dictating the law. So today, if they decide they see a kashamba and they want to grab it, yeah, they just grab it and that is it. So that's why we have to say no to impunity, and we have to say no to extrajudicial, extrajudicial, anything to do with extrajudicial. Yeah, we cannot entertain, you know, like the time when even this police commandant or police people like Akina Rashid and Akina Hesi, they were killing people in Eastlands and all those Isli and wherever. And you see what human rights activists were saying is not like we encouraging people to be criminals, you know. But why should you kill somebody? Where in the law does it say that if somebody has now gone into, even if you are a murderer, even if you are a mass murderer like Akina Pastor Mackenzie, you're supposed to be taken through a court of law? That is what the law prescribes. So we cannot decide now that because Pastor Mackenzie lured people into a forest and then stabbed them, you know, brainwashed them to serve them, then now we kill him, we shoot him, or we abduct him and keep him somewhere while we are deciding what to do with him. This is not a country which has no law. You know, we have a laws, we have a constitution that has been there now over 14 years. I don't understand why these people, but all what I can tell you as Kenyans, please, let's be very careful about the type of leaders that we endorse, because you can see now the type of people that we have. Just look at the type of people that we have. We have Ruto, we have Ishungwa, we have Akina Murkomen, Sudi. Those are the kind of characters now we are having. Akina Sholei. Those are now the people who are directing this country. So please, in the next, I know by the grace of God, somehow we'll get rid of him. But let this be a lesson to us that some people who are of very low caliber should just not even be able to even run. You know, if you are having a past which is very dirty, you are in ICC, you are in where, you should not even make it into the ballot. You should not, your name should not be on the ballot paper. That is the first thing. That you need to really have checks and balances, because now when this thing is just free for all, it becomes a free for all. Then you find some crazy person has already entered in the office with his people there in a Sudi, who are just, and Akina Kamket, who are telling you that the guy will be there for 24 years and there's nothing you're going to do. You know, so even as Kenyans, we need to, including that so-called IBC. IBC, they have a clause for saying that if you've done some certain things, you're not supposed to get go ahead. But there this country, and let me tell you, we also need to take personal responsibility. because these things don't just happen in a vacuum. We have also been enabling these things because we have some very dubious characters, and we I don't know what's with Kenyans and this thing of we always want to be the it's like we want to save, or I don't know what it is. We want to endorse people who are like Sonko, Now you wonder somebody like this until he gets to a point of impeachment. You can see he's not a good caliber to become a governor of Nairobi, but I don't know whether it's sympathy or what it is, or it's just we are just weird. Akina Waitutu. Some people, we know their past, we know the caliber of person they are. We give them very big seats. We don't, that's so Kenyans, we have to take responsibility for how we are finding ourselves, because we knew this guy all along. Nobody in this country who is over 18 can say, Hajui past ya ujama. We all know the past. We all know the ugly past. We all know what he has done since day one. So I don't understand why he even got through to be on the ballot paper. So anyway, it's too late now for that, but I'm hoping after the guy checks out, we'll really be careful who we give a chance to enter in that office. Thank you.
Asante sana Mario Davis. Yeah. I don't know if nothing is in a position to speak now. Try your luck. Nothing KE. Well, you start to solve here.
Hope her account is not hacked or something is happening to her account.
No, it's not. It just shows that her microphone is muted. Try to unmute it. Please. Yeah, because miss. I have missed her voice the entire day. I don't know why the not the name. It's fine. Usijali, maybe I don't know. Sijui how to this kid. Bado tunahitajingi kijana ya kabla satupe ya crash course ya spaces. Kisogo ya Odede, the mic is yours. Alafu kutoka kwa Kisogo tutaenda kwa Kasongo. Kuna majina fani. So kutoka kwa Kisongo tunaenda kwa Kasongo. So Kisongo, the mic is yours.
Asante kwa kunipatia chance. I don't have much to say saizi. Just a few though. Just a few things to put across. The state of the nation saizi maze ekunoma. And I think in a previous space, those of you wenye mlikuwa mmemiss, I think Ronyo alikuwa amesema kutakuwa na ile session ya kusensitize watu about kupushio kureport cases za crimes against humanity. I think all of you mnafaa kwenda kwa ile website ya International Criminal Court, pushi kitu ushago Instagram, Facebook, kote mazee. I think inafaa kugain traction by now. That's supposed to be a new hashtag. I'll say that for now, but I'll give my submission later on. Thank you.
Asante sana Kasongo. Kama Kasongo alisahau handle yake. Okay, anajiita Agora Brian. Mic is yours. If you're not in a position, I can give it to TKM. So, okay, Kasongo ameamua aende akisonga. So we have TKM, the mic is yours, and then So TKM, if you're in a position to speak.
Just hello.
Oh, hi.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, good.
Yes. Just give mic to the next person. I'm bringing up some points. I'll come back.
Okay, Papa, then mute your mic. Allora, TKM, the mic is yours. Okay. Seems like nobody, sijui kama watu wananisikia ama happening. Mkenya Daima, take over. Hey, Brenda, ni mimi na wewe tumebaki kwa space ama what is happening?
I can hear you. Yeah. Christina can talk. I have seen Christina has raised her hand.
Okay, Christine, just go.
Okay guys, nimekuwa nasemaje hawa sasa. Kuna watu wenye wanasema tu tuende maandamano, alafu sasa hata wanakaa tu unashangaa na nini. Like guys, God will punish you, imagine. Just stop it. Twende tu, tukisema twende tu, maanake at least tukiwa wengi inakuwa better. Unajua mkiwa wachache wanawashinda nguvu wale maaskari, alafu unormalize having friends. Unaona, at least unaona kama tuseme Chiku is my friend, suna nikikosa kutweet like for two, kwa zile za acha nitafute. Yeah, that's what I had to say. Alafu hata msiwasikize wale kina Ichungwa, washenzi tu, kina Sudi Kamketu. Ukiweka TV almost kieni kama ni yao, hata switch on tukokomelo na SpongeBob wote nao kabisa. Yeah, siwasikize because watakupandisha hasira, utasikia umechoka, utasikia hata ni kama sijui utoke Kenya uende wapi. Yeah.
Sorry, I've been speaking to myself. Miona Bernard Kavuri has tweeted, I think someone shared it. Amesema he's safe and sound. Thank you, Patriots, for unwavering support and love. So, yeah, that's good. So, I hope they haven't tortured him. Okay, sifai kucheka. Yeah, thank you so much for. We're super grateful for the guys who came back from the hands of the devil, hands of the evil one. Nothing KE, anytime when your mic opens up, just don't care to usijali, just like take over. I don't know what's happening. If in case ufungue mic and you feel like ianze kuongea, I don't know what is happening anyway. I want to give the space to TKM if you're ready. If you're not, fine. Naitwaje? Timothy Mai. Hi, Timothy, in 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna give the mic to Ndinda alafu Sil. So Ndinda or Kanya, the mic is yours. Okay. Sil Kizito, chukua the mic.
Hi. Yes. I think Kenyans are doing well, and their voice is being amplified. through this platform. Just want to commend each and everyone. Always comes out to speak. The most important thing is for us to speak out on abductions, especially when the government is trying to use abductions as a tool to silence the young people. And need to remind them that the young people will still speak about it. We can still talk about it every day, every time. Doesn't matter the person who is abducted might be very young, unknown person deep down in the village. But a life is a life, and we can all rise and speak out against such abductions, because when the voice of the people is silenced, then it's one of the strategy mostly the government uses to just plan ahead. If you want to plan ahead, then there are few strategies you'll try to employ. Just make sure, try and see if they will work out, and if they fail, they plan for another thing. And so doesn't matter what you subscribe to, if you're a believer, you can still speak it out through the place of worship, speak it out through your place of work, speak it out through every platform that is available. The more this is seen outside, the more even the international community get concerned with what is going on. And to the security apparatus that are here, NSIS and all that, it's just a genuine call that, you know, you are our brothers, you are our sisters. You know, you are doing your job, but just need to do it with a lot of conscience. There's no point of abducting someone's child. You stay with them for over 2 weeks. You expose them to a very bad conditions. Think of it happening to your own child. Probably you'll be feeling what those parents have been feeling all through. So I want to encourage the young Kenyans or agencies, please let us not keep quiet. Anytime this kind of things happen in any regime, then people are silent, and it means we are creating an environment that will never be safe for the other generation that are coming. But if people stand out and speak against it, then the person in power, they just need to be reminded, as far as they have the power, they have the authority, wherever they are, it is just in good faith to use the powers they have in a good way. No one wants to die before their time. But sometimes the country reaches to a level where people will rise up and forget about their own life. They will give their own life for the country. So the president and security apparatus, they need to be reminded every time. You cannot kill everybody in a country of 51 million people. If you will kill, people will mourn, and others will still rise up, continue the fight. So most generations and where revolution has happened, there's one thing that always stands out. And that thing is, if you speak against corruption, mostly, it's something we call following the money. Anytime there is misappropriation of funds, anytime there is there is no accountability, especially in matters that affect all the people, like health, misappropriation of government funds. People need to speak them out. It's a concept of following the money, where the government is how the government is spending. When that kind of information is dispensed direct to the people, down to somebody who is down there in the village without a phone, and they are told how their money has been spent. When that information goes out, there is always something that comes up, and that thing is one thing that brings all the people together. Something that affects them, it brings them together. They fight with one single purpose. Because if you have something that is affecting all of you, let's say if a government is corrupt, let's say if a mother down in the village cannot get basic health care because there is excess misappropriation of funds. When people can speak out, if everybody speaks about it, it gets down to the heart of a person down in Kakuma, in Turkana, somebody in Marsabit who don't even have access to the internet. They get to know. And when that is done, there is something that arises in everybody. And people use that. They stand on that, take an action. Any government where revolution has happened, there was a single cause people were pursuing. And that cause, in most cases, it's something that affects everybody. So I still urge every one of us, we have influencers, come together and speak. But even if they are corrupt and they get not to unite, then still urge you, speak out. There's a way you can speak out and voice your concerns against the government without insulting them, without insulting leaders, because we are not fighting a person, we are fighting the behavior, or rather we are fighting the kind of leadership they are using. Just like in politics, when you speak out in politics over something, you're not attacking the person as per se, but you are attacking his kind.
I apologize. His face leo. It's niko about Mzalendo, I give you the mic as we wait for Seer to come back. So from Mzalendo, I'm going to give it to Achen and Brian, and then WM.
Hi, Wanjiru. Hope I'm audible. Okay, thank you, Wanjiru, for hosting us together with Brenda. I wish every Kenyan a happy and prosperous New Year. Wanjiri, today you brought a very nice topic. Kenyans, your voices matter. It is very our voices matter a lot. We are the people. We have the veto powers. We are the ones who decide. We are the ones who decide how we want. There's somebody there's someone whose mic is on. Brenda, someone's mic is on. I think it's Bonnie.
I think it's Bonnie. Bonnie, can you please mute your mic? Please. Thank you.
Asante. So I want to urge Kenyans one thing, that in this journey of liberation, in this journey of getting our country back, in this journey of taking our people and our country back to sanity, we will need to air our voices. We will need to speak louder. We'll need to shout. We'll need to do everything possible for us to be heard. Because the only language that purported governments hear is the voices of the people. And I want to thank God because we have a constitution that has given us an opportunity to speak. It is possible. It is possible. It is possible. We just need to believe. We don't need to tire. We don't need to give up. We shall get there. We shall get there. I am rest assuring us. I want even to remind us that we the people are the deep state. We the people are the deep state. I have done some small studies and I have realized that the people are the deep state. If we decide to bring a rogue leadership to an end, we shall achieve it. We shall manage it. We the people, we the people are the deep state. Tutatoboa, tutafanya. Tuendelee kushout.
Someone's mic is on. Anaweza nini? Nini Wajiro, can you eka mic zote mute so that
Nani huyo anacheka na mtu on the background? Nishaanza kuwa prefect. Anyway, Mzalendo, continue.
Can I continue?
Yes, continue, please.
I was stating this, that we the people, we should never tire, we should never give up. We shall bring back our country. We shall bring the second liberation. We shall end ukoloni mamboleo. We shall end bad governance. I was reading an article by Jeffa Kingi. He was telling us that you kids will come for you. We will even make laws more tighter. I want to tell you guys, fellow patriots, when you hear Kingi say that, I am sure they want to change some articles of the Constitution. Let them change it. But I even tagged Kingi and I told Kingi that their kings, their kingdoms, their powers, and their thrones, but only Yeshua will reign forever. I gave him examples like the people of Piogama Pinto. I gave him examples of people like Muammar Gaddafi, Amin Dada. I gave him example like the people of Haming Chao. I told him they were drunk with power, lakini leo hii wako wapi? Tunawaimbia ile wimbo wa Gaddafi yuko wapi? Kifo. Amin yuko wapi? Kifo. Piogama yuko wapi? Kifo. I told Kingi that only Jesus and will reign forever. Only God will reign forever. And somebody also commented and told Kingi that I am rest assuring you, Jeffa, in the next, you will not be the next speaker of the Senate because we, the people, shall ensure you and this rogue regime goes home. So I want to plead with us as I end. Let us continue civic education. Let us continue enlightening our people that it is possible to remove this rogue regime, because this rogue regime have hired bloggers who are now telling the people, kama alishinda akiwa nje, mtamtoa aje kama ako ndani? I want us to continue telling our people that we, the people, are the deep state. We, the people, have the veto powers to remove them. So however much they will hire bloggers to discourage people from voting against them, ya kwamba hata nikipiga kura bado watashinda tu. We, the people who are enlightened, let us remind our people ya kwamba tunaweza. Yes, we can. We can remove them because we have the veto powers. What we only need is numbers on our side. Let us avoid being distracted. Let us avoid being divided. We shall make it. We shall do it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we the people can. Oh God. Mkisikia echo mnisamehe. I don't know how to actually solve these issues that are happening. Maybe I've solved. Yeah. So we the people can and we shall do it. So I want to give it to a lady. Christine Amanda. Good night, Christine. Let me give it to Dolphin. Then I'm going to go to Kenya if he's ready. Then Dan K, then WM. So Dolphin, the mic is yours.
Hello, good evening, everyone.
Evening too.
Okay, I do have much today, but at least I'm so happy. First of all, thank you so much, Wanjiru. Thank you, who is here. I'm so happy that at least some of us will sleep. Even the parents of the abductees who are released will at least get some sleep today. Now, I'd like to emphasize on this Maandamano thing. Guys, I don't think if at all we're done with this Kasongo, because we have a lot of pending issues that are still bothering people. First, I'd like to talk about, we still have questions. In as much as people are saying that these guys were released when they were in good shape, they were clean and all that, I don't know why Kenyans like politicizing everything. Including, I saw some people, we've been having spaces here for several weeks, several days. We were campaigning on, we were pushing for the Ruto must go campaign and stop abductions. The same guys whom we were pushing for whom we were pushing for this movement with are now saying that these guys were abducted by who? The opposition. Why do we like peddling rumors? Yani, tunapenda tu negativity. We like thriving so much in negativity more than focusing on the bigger picture and the main issue. You know, the moment we keep on bringing the non-issues and negativity all the time, we get divided. And that's why this movement is actually dying. From where I sit, I can tell If we continue like this, being divided like this with small things, mnataka sisi ndio tulikuwa tunapiga kelele the other day. We need these our comrades to be released. Now they are released. Again, stories are coming. Mlikuwa mnataka wakuwe released aje? Wakiwa kwa casket. And we should thank God, at least walisikia jana space, tuliamua, watu waliamua by the way, kama mbaya ni mbaya. We are going to block all the roads, and we've now known the government's weakness. Blocking those roads, tunge block hizo barabara zote. I'm very sure a lot is still pending that needs to be aligned in this country. Ruto still has a lot of work to do. And what are we going to do? Najua saizi, these guys have been released. Watu watarudi kutulia. Ati things are now normal. We are not yet done, guys. We still have a lot to work on. Another thing, these people who are being found kama wameuawa. Mbona wanauawa? It means we are not safe. We are still not safe, guys. Even those public, the political class, unapata mtu ameuawa, these people, they have bodyguards. What is happening in this country? So, in as much as people are happy with whatever has happened today, as for me, mimi bado naona huyu jamaa anatucheza. A lot of things still need to be put in place. Guys, we are not yet done, and we should keep on pushing for Ruto must go. Things have to get back to where they were. He might not do them at once, but we need things to be aligned. A lot of comrades, these people who are making noise on social media with those drawings and everything. Watu wangapi wamesoma hapa nje, wanaosha vyombo, wanakata mboga hapa nje. There are no jobs. Kazi mtaani jamaa alitoa. A lot of people are suffering out here. These young boys are suffering out here. Kama wajatuua kwa streets usiku, tukitoka job ama tukienda job. There is nothing they can do to get something to put on the table. What is the government doing about that? Back to health sector. What is happening with SHA? Pesa zetu zilienda wapi zenye zilikuwa kwa NHIF? For how long will we continue? We are struggling with the tough economical times. At the same time, the little that we saved, even for health, for our kids, for our parents, for ourselves, zilipotea hivo. And guys, you are saying that Ruto is working. At times, I look at some Luos who are really praising Ruto because Ruto and Raila are together. Me, yes, I'm a Luo, but what does Raila help me with? Akuna. These people, the only thing we can benefit from the government is working for a community development because they can't help an individual. Kama barabara inaweza tengenezwa ya kwenda Kisumu yenye inaweza fanya accidents zistop. It will help a huge amount of people. Si kitu yenye nasema, only Dolphin mimi ndio nitasaidiwa na Raila ama nitasaidiwa na nani. So this nonsense that we peddle on social media about Raila being with Ruto, now sisi tuko kwa serikali. Nani ako kwa serikali? Guys, let us focus on the bigger picture, and we have a very huge task hapa mbele. Otherwise, watoto wetu watateseka kutushinda. Let us continue pushing for these things to get better, so that hata kama Ruto hatuta manage kumtoa by before that 2027. At least tukue na akili ingine when we are going to the ballot on 27th, on 2027, tujue tunaenda kufanya nini and what kind of leaders do we want. If at all Kenyans we can't change and stop these issues of handouts na kupatiana pesa chini ya maji na kuitwa kando unaambiwa hivi, then you let everyone to sink. Guys, let us stop it. We are messing this country, and we are messing our generation, and we are messing the life of our kids. Even the rich are crying out here. Me, I'm working where I meet these high-profile personalities, but they complain of poor economy. Sasa sisi wenye hata tuna struggle to make ends meet, tutasema nini? It is not easy, guys. Let us stand up together. Let us stand up as a family, as Kenyans, as one. Tuweke tribalism kando, tutembe pamoja kama watu wenye wanajua tunataka inchi yetu ikuwe imara na isimame. Irudi mali ilikuwa. Hatuwezi fanya this in a day, but when we work together, speaking one voice and focusing on the same goal, we will achieve it. But hizi ma divisions naona hapa hivi kwa social media kila sana ma bloggers, hakuna mali itatupeleka. Thank you so much.
Asante sana, Dolphin. And I do concur with what you said about maybe you can mute your mic. I do concur with what you said. Tuzidi, right now we're happy about the release of our brothers. I see Kibet has done an interview with NTV. He's posted an interview and he's very safe and good. So najua tukianza space tulikuwa tunafanya the banter of alikuwa disco but he tukaitisha a proof of life earlier on, and he has a proof of life. He's very safe and he's very alive. But these are the things that we should not be actually thinking. So thinking about it, in Embu, they have done a little bit of celebration. Their son is back. But who abducted these people is the government. Where is the human rights? These are the things that we shouldn't keep quiet, as much as our brothers are very safe. So kesho and the days to come, we are going to actually advocate for basic human rights. We can't be celebrating someone is alive in Kenya, That's impunity. Tuna celebrate mtu sasa ako hai. We should not be celebrating such. We should be celebrating things like we have got infrastructures, we have got a stadium, we have a working BLT buses, We should be celebrating maendeleo, lakini sasa maendeleo imekuwa uhai. That's how very low we have actually dropped as Kenyans. So as much as we celebrate them today, let's realize this is their rights, Shouldn't be even celebrating, but also I want to celebrate each and every person for your voice did matter. Your tweet, it didn't matter, and we'll keep on pushing until Ruto gets out of the office. And I also said my account, ukiona tu Wanjiru, just jua ni Ruto must go. Hata usijaribu kusema wewe that is sympathizing her. Ni Ruto must go, period. This account is dedicated to Ruto must go. We have to actually dedicate for good governance. Hatuwezi kuwa na hapa, I'm celebrating Kibet is back, Psycho is good, Bernard is back, he should go. Basic human rights, tuko 2025. Hatuko 1900 where we would, celebrate someone has been released from abduction chambers. Kwani tunaishi nchi gani? Anyway, Brenda, your hand is up. I'll take over, and then from Brenda tunaweza kwa Muga, WWM. Then I'm gonna give you a few minutes, 5 minutes each person, really, because I think it's already 10 p.m. Go to bed. So Brenda.
Yeah, I just wanted to support your submission. We have to fight as Kenyans until when our children will have free education, when our children are going to have free healthcare, because those are our rights. They are in the Constitution. There's nothing to discuss until when building roads is a normal thing, not a PR thing, until building hospital to be normal thing, until everyone to have access to healthcare. That's a normal thing. That should be a basic thing for every Kenyan. It should not be only for the rich and the middle class. That's what I wanted to add on, Wanjiru. Thank you.
Hey, Brenda.
Yes, let it be maandamano movement.
Yeah. But yeah, lazima tuendelee maneno hadi Kasongo ashuke, hatulali in peace. We are live. We have visitors here.
Ah.
Sorry. Napenda hiyo show yenu.
Tumependa. We appreciate guys. We appreciate. Watu wamefanya show ingine. Oh my god.